Here we are. We bought a new truck. We paid off the foreigner. Bought a new truck. We're not throwing money away. We're spending money. I'm not gonna lie. It's costing money. Anyway, so F-250. What are we gonna do with it? Our goal right now. Our goal is simple. We want to build easily camp with 3 people. How to easily camp with 3 people? Well, it's so easy. Just take it in, play your tent. Yeah. No. We've camped enough to know the difference between easily camping and camping without effort. If that makes sense. Easy camping is you have your car, throw a tent in the back, cooler of ice, some food. Not even necessarily cooler of ice. Get us some outhouse meals and some water. Make a fire. Boom, done. Even a little easier than that. Take jerky, water. I don't know, bread, candy bars. You're done. We want easy camping. Also, that is easily done. The goal is not to take this to an off-road park. The goal is to take it remotely. I want to get in my car, drive for a long distance. Foreigner is over there. FJ, right here. FJ has a small gas tank, 18-gallon gas tank that they designed for off-road parks, off-roading. Nothing hangs down below the frame rails. Literally nothing. The Foreigner, bigger tank, stuff hangs down below. Most vehicles have stuff hanging down below. FJ has made it great for the FJ for off-roading, not great for long trips. It can happen, but sadly, I'm almost always one like, hey guys, let you guys know, I need gas coming up in like 40 miles. Start looking for a gas tank. So I'm going to get gas. The F-250 is going to have a 35-gallon diesel gas tank. We'll get 10 extra gallons, so we'll have 45 gallons of diesel. That should take us plenty on a highway. Will take us plenty off road because guess what? Diesels, they have almost full torque at almost no RPM, so it's kind of fart its way through stuff. Anyway, so 3 people, 3. From a country in 3. I like this one. This 3. People probably just left because I just did the wrong type of 3. Camping easy, 2 people, super easy. Almost every vehicle has two doors. If you look at all the cool stuff like earth roamers, 2-seaters. You look at this, pick your off-roader. It's always a 2-seater. We looked at all sorts of vehicles. I even looked at LMVTs. So I didn't buy one. It's massive. Not even really legal to keep at my house. It's a heavy duty truck. Zoning laws say you can't keep it at a residence in the city I live. But guess what? It actually has 3 seats. There's a driver, a passenger, and a guy sits over the transmission hall. Not the most comfortable spot, but it would have been really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it'd been really cool. Pain in the butt, but really cool. Anyway, we got a 4-door cab. It's actually bigger inside than the FJ, just in the cab. The back of the truck. We were going to flatbed it no matter what. I was going to build a flatbed myself. The vehicle we managed to buy, which, post picture here, hopefully not one of the dealer pictures, we have it in the house by now, has a flatbed on it. Cool. That's a plus in my book. It's a long bed flatbed, even better, because we want to do, so say this hand here's the front of the truck, this hand here's the back of the truck. You have your camper. We're going to do a camper. In front of the camper, between the camper and the cab, spare tire. Big old spare tire. We're going to try to at least go for a 37-inch tire. It's a non-standard tire, not easy to find. That's one of the reasons we went to 33s on the FJ and the Forerunner. Any discount tire almost always has at least one. When we got the BFG All-Terrains, I just called up to we have 2 discount tires in the city I live in. One had 6 and sitting next to us. I was like, I'll take 5. Done. Mud terrains. We blew out half my tires on the FJ. Everything on the driver's side blew. I hit a sharp rock, just sliced them both on the sidewall, an inch or so. They're out in under 30 seconds. I just gassed it as I started air. You know what? Actually, I might have video of that. Post video there. If not, guess what? I'm just going to do that weird post and nothing's there. I should put a big frowny face there. Yeah, it was interesting. But guess what? Mud trains weren't available for 3 days. I was there for a 2-day off-roading event that ended the next day. I came back with 5 new all-terrain tires after I borrowed one from a friend. We had the trailer at the time, but we were so far away from it, I couldn't get it. Guess what? This trailer has the same tires exactly as the FJ. Anyway, so big tires. The reason why we're doing big tires, It's thing's got a long wheelbase, long wheelbase. So if I can raise it 1 inch to get a little bit of breakover, great. It's a diesel. Yeah, it will care. It will carry, but it's not going to carry as much. It's got, I think, 800 pounds of torque on it. So it's 4 times as much torque as the other 2 vehicles we have, and it does it like at 1,200 RPM, not 3,800 RPM. I'm not jamming it to the gas. They make it go. It's just putting along. Our original goal was to get a gas because we were going to buy a new vehicle. The difference with F-250 gas and an F-250 diesel is over $10,000. I can buy a lot of gasoline for $10,000. A lot of gasoline for $10,000. We never wrapped around doing that. We bought a used diesel. So the diesel would be preferred. I couldn't justify the cost difference between them. Even if you got the big, was it Godzilla engine, the brand new ones come out, it's still like a $7,000 to $8,000 difference between the Godzilla engine and the diesel. The Godzilla engine has really good torque. I'm not towing a trailer. This thing's going away. The 3 times I tow a trailer a year, if I ever tow a trailer with the new truck, I didn't want buying an $8,000, $10,000, $8,000 price difference. Anyway, so we wanted the quad cab for the people. We wanted a large flatbed in the back to put a camper. We got totally spoiled with our Magdalena rooftop tent. Comes up, comes down, no fuss, no muss, no flipping over, no guy ropes, no put up rods up to keep windows up. We've gone to campsites, it's raining, it's nasty. Wife and kids stay in the car, I hop out, walk to the back of the trailer, flip my 3 things, ratchet, put the ladder up, knock on the door, in. It takes about twice as long as it took to explain it. In, done. I'm wet, they're relatively dry. I'm not even that wet because I can put on a rain jacket and do it. High winds, those nice vertical walls, don't flap. We've been woken up by friends camping 30, 40 yards away from us because the wind is so bad, their tent's flapping loud enough to wake us up. And we're not in that tent. I do not want to be in that tent of theirs when it's just a washing machine. It's so much faster, so much easier. We've had other friends buy hardtop tents since then. Then on one trip, we're setting up, and one guy comes up before a camper. Says, "Hi, how's it going? Good." He goes to his camper, opens the back door. Well, he undoes his latches, opens the back door, pushes up. Oh wait, what the? At that point in time, that was a couple years ago. I'm like, that's what we need to do eventually. That's what we need to do eventually, and we're there at this point in time. The kid's getting too big for that small tent. We wanted a small tent. We really wanted a small tent. We don't like the idea of living in your tent. These big, massive tents. You know, bigger than the wing, bigger one I can show you right now. Right? They're great if you're gonna live in it, but I want to be outside doing things. I want something small to sleep in. Sleep in, get changed, crawl out, do your thing. This next thing is gonna be different. But it'll have room for us. Wife and I can sleep over the cab. If we have at least a 6-foot bed, so we want at least a 6-foot bed. We got an 8-foot bed. Cool. It'll give us room. We can have a couch that can fold over to pick your size bed. He can sleep there. I know for the first couple of years he's still gonna be sleeping with us because he's a little kid. We didn't like the idea of oh well, just have your kids sleep on the ground. Okay, so I have a rooftop tent for my protection, my simplicity, my everything. Put the kid on the ground. If anything, what would make sense is me to have wife and kid up on the tent, me sleep on the ground, because that's, I don't know, I think that's the right way to do it. But you ruin the speed of it. We paid a lot of decent money for that Magdalena tent that goes up, down, fast, easy. We like it so much. We're gonna sell the trailer. I'm gonna keep the Fox wing on the other side, put it on the truck, and I'm keeping that tent. I don't care if you can't see it, but I'll store it. I'll figure out a place. I'll cubby hole it above the garage, because there might be a time when I'm taking just the FJ. Like, hey, we're gonna do some tight trails, yada. You can't bring your boat because it's no chance in hell it's gonna fit. Okay, cool. FJ it is. I'll take maybe our tent awning, our tent hammock or something. Just something simple. Just go. I bought a lot of stuff over the years. I didn't buy us. That's one thing. Don't buy all this stuff today. if you're starting. That's dumb. I'm gonna flat say it. It's dumb. You're making a bad choice. You don't know. You know what you think you want. You don't know what you actually want. I've seen plenty of people. I've had friends go with me off roading and go, "Man, I have a cool truck. I want to go. Okay, cool. Do you have this?" And I'm like, "No, no, no." I'm like, "Are you worried about any body damage?" "What do you mean body damage?" I'm like, "Okay, you want to come with me? Do a ride along." Halfway through the day, like I built my truck wrong. I'm like, for what you originally wanted to be, you built it fine. I mean, this is something different. This is something completely different. You don't want people to think that's not mudding. It's you're hiking and climbing with a multi-ton vehicle. That's what you're doing. Anyway, so the F-250, we want this room so the kid can sleep on the bottom. Originally we're thinking, okay, we'd get like a 4-wheel camper, slide in, put toolbox inside. That's really cool. I like that. Give you options to buy used. Not many used flatbed options. A 4-wheel camper doesn't offer a shell. They're really expensive without a shell option. They're expensive out with a shell option. I'll explain in a minute. I think it's like almost $30,000 minimum starting from 4-wheel camper because it's got a water tank and it's got this and this and this. You're telling me I'm gonna spend more money than my truck on something that almost fits what I want? No. I think it's all terrain campers. They build almost the exact same thing as 4-wheel campers. From what I can tell, they do a great job. 16,000. Other thing is like 14,000 plus a couple options. We want to be like 16 something thousand dollars. It's $500 cheaper than a new slide-in shell from 4-wheel campers. I'm like, okay, that's really nice. Is what we want though. Yes, mostly. You still have camper walls. You hit trees, they dent the ding. I've dinged the vehicles doing what we're trying to do. Another company coming out, Bison. That looks like they have aluminum skins. Those start as a shell, on pure shell. It seems like for about $20,000. $20,000. And the price goes up and up and up. This is going to be painful. I don't know if this is going to be successful. This might be the, I think we're going to keep it named the Evans Overland Unsuccessful Truck Project, starting today. Or it might be the Dennis Overland's cool, exciting, actually works truck project that people can learn from. And if I fail, guess what? You can learn from it too. We are going to try to build our own camper shell. I can weld, obviously. I didn't say well. I can weld effectively. It doesn't fall apart. If I can build this, I believe I can build the camper body. Our biggest hiccup was, how do you make the tent? You can't use your little sewing machine at the house. That's hefty fabric. You have to get an industrial sewing machine. Those aren't cheap. They're not horrible. They're not cheap. Luckily, my wife's aunt, I guess my aunt-in-law, second. I don't know family stuff. I'm only child. She's only child. It's my aunt now. Aunt by marriage, I guess. She used to stitch sails for a living. She has an industrial sewing machine. We're gonna try to see if we can borrow it or have her help us make it or something. Yeah. So we're gonna go as much DIY as possible. So I've read up. People like, oh yeah, it's so much easier just to buy it because you're gonna spend all this money. This and they're like, I already have the tools. Please don't steal stuff from my house. I got $1,000 tools. I know they're Cryobi, but guess what? I'm a hobbyist. I don't need to have a DeWalt that works 60 hours a week. I need something that works 30 hours a month, if that. With small spurts of high energy use. But I have a good welder. It can do MIG, it can do aluminum. MIG, of course, MIG, TIG, stick. It can do all those. I have an aluminum spool gun. I have the stuff that can do it. That's why the cost. People are like, oh yeah, you can build for half the cost. You spend twice as much in tools. I already have the tool cost. So screw it. Why not? We'll give it a try. I'm guessing if it costs if it costs $16,000 to build a trailer, not build a trailer, $16,000 to build a camper. They're not cutting quarters. They're building it efficiently. I bet you. This means the post spitballing. I haven't pressed it out. Like, the next 2 videos, I made a horrible mistake. It is cheaper, better, easier just to buy it from someone else. I'm guessing it's about a third the cost of materials. So your $16,000 trailer, not trailer, a camper. I'm thinking trailer is right there. Camper is probably around $5,000 in materials. It's then $3,000 or $4,000 in tools and a lot of labor. Hobby labor, guess what? It's free. It's me doing it. I can then spend that money on getting better components. I can get better windows. I can get better insulation. I can build it to the best of my ability to hopefully get a better product. And I don't have to worry about taking time. To a point, I have to worry about taking time. I'll explain that in a second. But I'm not paying 3 guys $70 an hour, $70 to $100 an hour to build it. I know they're not getting paid that much, but it's the overhead that the shop has to charge that much, to keep the lights running, the power going, the water going, all that stuff. So there's a lot of costs in there that are they're unfair. Not unfair for me, unfair for them, because they have to compete. They're competing towards me. If I have the ability to build it, it is definitely cheaper for me to build it. Unless that's some proprietary material that only they have, which from what I can tell, no one really does. Yeah. Okay, so time. Oh, it's going to take you months and months and months and months and months to build it. Correct. I'm comfortable with that. Everywhere I've been quoted is around 6 months if I pay for money today. And guess what? That's 6 months right now in the middle of the pandemic. I don't know if your state's going to shut down and not let anyone go to the shop for the next 2 months. Guess what? If I have all the material here and it goes, Dennis, guess what? Texas has locked everything down for 2 months because it's really getting out of hand. You can't go anywhere. If I have the consumables that I need to build this thing, guess what? Here's where I'm going to build it. Yes, that's right. I'm going to build it right here. I'm not going to build it in a special shop, build anything like that. I built that trailer right where it's currently sitting. To be fair, part of it, I drug it to the middle because I'm more going to walk around it. I'll probably do the same thing with it. But I'm going to build it right smack dab in the middle of my garage. You don't need a crazy prep area to do it. You don't. Simple as that. You don't. So anyway, my big hurdle in this one is going to be that camper. I told my wife, she's like, well, what about this one? I have to take care to get this. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I'm talking like a $10,000 difference. And there's no compromise. It's what we want to build is what we can build. She's like, yeah, I understand. And I told her, like, things I can do, things she can do. We'll discuss it, plan it, and go through it. And that's what's going to happen throughout this whole thing. I'm going to keep it as open as possible. I'm not going to show you credit cards and statements like that, but it's going to be, this is my plan. This worked. This worked. This really didn't work. You really want to do this thing. Go down here. Go back over. All the things are hidden. In my previous videos, if I posted, I talked about the FJ. We're going to have a link to the FJ build. We don't have a foreigner build. I just didn't. Trailer. Really expensive trailer build. I have actually 2 different things in trailer builds. Both the FJ and the trailer on the Blue Room FJ forums. Just search Pliskin camper trailer and Pliskin's daily driver. They're there. The trailer is also in Instructables under Pliskin AJ. Rear bumper's even there. The bumper I built for the FJ, I built out of scrap of this. So I was like, I really want a better bumper. Amount of time it's going to rip off. Go for it. So I did. But we're going to document all this. So if you're thinking about building a trailer, building anything, build off-road. Not trailer. Trailer's there. I'm looking at a reflection of myself. So I see trailer. If you're thinking about building a camper shell, think about building anything, I'm going to be open and honest as possible with you guys throughout this whole build. So let's get going.